Hey friends, happy Sunday. And do you see what's coming in the windows? We have sun. It's awesome. Anyway, I wanted to jump on. The sun is just so healing. I love when we have sunshine. It just feels so invigorating and so inspiring. And that's why I wanted to jump on today and share some of my favorite essential oils that we use in our house. But I first wanted to start with pulling an oracle card from one of my new decks. It's the Rose Oracle deck. And before I start that, I wanted to cleanse. So I like burning sage to cleanse my decks and cleanse me. I have a beautiful shell that I keep it in. I did my journaling this morning in my Rise and Rest journal. If you haven't seen it yet, you need to check out the link below. It is incredible for daily journaling. All right, so let's see. What is a beautiful message for the collective today before we jump in? And I'm going to review them fairly quickly because there we go. One just jumped out. And it is, wow. I pulled this card yesterday. Brothers of the Rose. This is cool. Sacred masculine, honor, protection, and support. So I've been doing a lot of, that's probably where I had it. I've been doing a lot more deeper healing. This is a card of the sacred masculine. Like the feminine, the sacred masculine exists within each one of us, and together we're all being called to balance both energies within us. The sun and the moon, solar and lunar. Perhaps this is what it means to birth a new world. The sacred, mature masculine is something so needed in our world. It's the part of us that lives in deep honor and reverence of the feminine. It recognizes the goddess within all of our life, including the earth, and is committed to protecting and living in devotion to the feminine. The sacred masculine knows that striving and overpowering, enduring and conquering are not helpful. The sacred masculine is strong and tender, protective but not defensive. This card could be a sign that you're being called to work on the sacred masculine energy within you that's maturing and rising. It could be that you're being called to work on ancestral healing of the paternal line. It could be an indication that you're being called to invoke or acknowledge the sacred masculine in those around you, or it could represent the sacred masculine appearing in your life. The sacred masculine exists within all of us. They are encircling you so that you can do your sacred work, so that you can be part of the return of the goddess on this earth. The rose is their emblem, and they wear it proudly on their hearts. So the journal prompt, if you're so inclined, pull out your journal after the video. How are you being called to work with the sacred masculine? So that is beautiful. And honestly, it hits my heart at home. The past couple years, we've had a lot going on, health for my husband, and then more recently in the past year with my son. And I just feel like I've been in a lot of doing modes, and that's more masculine, whereas I need to get into the being and trusting more and knowing it's all going to work out and asking for help, being vulnerable and surrendering. After my husband's accident, I did a lot because I needed to, obviously, and that's quite all right. I have no problem stepping up. The problem was once I stepped up, I couldn't allow myself to sit down, essentially. It was putting on myself, no, I have this to do and that to do. And I know I've been in the masculine for a very long time. I know previous some health issues that I had. Uh, some health issues that I had. Unfortunately, they, oopsies, these issues unfortunately allowed myself to disconnect from my body, and not in a super healthy way, but at the time it worked, right? And it's not something that I would recommend at all because I know I became disconnected to my body. So one reason why I do love working with essential oils and using essential oils in our daily life is you're literally bringing that connection back, right? You're literally, whether you use it aromatically or topically or internally, many of these doTERRA oils we can use internally. So depending on how you're using that, if you're using it especially topically, think of putting a drop of oil on your hand and rubbing it on your back, or rubbing it up on your neck or on your shoulders. You're bringing that to life. You're bringing yourself back in your body. You're feeling it, you're smelling it, you're using your senses, and it's creating that connection again. So if you're disconnected or feeling disconnected, this is one way that I personally have used essential oils to get myself back connected and get myself back in my body and get myself back in alignment. Two oils that I'm going to mention first. I've got both in the diffuser and they smell incredible. Absolutely incredible. So the first one is active. In this blend, they're both blends. This blend, it's a blend of wild orange, which I love, lavender, copaiba, spearmint, magnolia, rosemary, neroli, and sweet gum. It is a beautiful, beautiful blend. And we use it topically. We use it topically and we use it in the diffuser. It smells so good. And it's so good for all of the oils that are within it. The way they're chemically constructed, the blend, when they all work together, has this incredible way of supporting our mental health. So that's really unique about using essential oils as well, is the fact that they adapt to your body and what your body needs, and what your body doesn't need, it just gets rid of. So one reason I really love plant medicine is for exactly that. There's an extremely low chance that you would ever overdose. You're using literally a drop or two at a time, and it's profound. It's absolutely profound. The next one is Air X, and it is a newer blend. It's also a respiratory blend. And it originally came from, I believe it was like Australia, New Zealand area, because it has Litsea in it, which is the oil of manifestation. Oh, this one, adaptive, is the oil of adaptability. Air X is actually the oil of discerning. We've used a lot of this over the past couple of years, a lot. It is a beautiful, beautiful blend. I think it has the oils. Yes. Let me see. So Litsea, which is the oil I said of manifestation, tangerine, which is the oil of spontaneity, grapefruit, honoring the body, and cardamom. Cardamom. Let me just look up. So I actually have an app on my phone that I use all the time because I know how the oils are tied to our physical and our mental health. So when I'm looking at what is needed, it's not just for the physical aspect. So cardamom, which is in Air X, is the oil of objectivity. So, for example, when you look, so it's not show, it's too bright. With the app or the book, it's got the same information. So cardamom itself helps with these following emotions: angry, rage, argumentative, frustrated, generational issues, blaming others, clarity, objective, self-control, respectful, tolerant, and patient. So that's one that truthfully could help me and a few other people at this time, I'm sure. So the next one is DigestZen. It's one of my OGs, I would say. It is incredible. It's our digestive blend. And so think of, also digesting life and what's happening in life. It's also great for breaking things up. So I've used it on my chest as well. Use it on your stomach, digest it to support your digestive system. It'll literally help balance things out, literally. It's a beautiful blend. I've taken it internally, topically. I don't think I've used it in the diffuser, but you totally could. It has peppermint, coriander, caraway, cardamom, fennel, and star anise. So yes, it smells like black licorice and it tastes very much the same. So that's definitely one I highly recommend. So now we've got lavender, lemon, and peppermint. These three together are a very powerful trio. Very powerful trio. So if you experience seasonal discomforts at any point of the year, I was well into my 30s when I first began experiencing this, or approaching my 30s, I think. Nothing prior, nothing. Anyway, these three together. So you could put them in a diffuser. You could put them in a roller bottle. Like you could make your own roller bottle like this. Or you can put them in an empty veggie capsule, 2 drops each. Or alternatively, say you're traveling, you could buy a bottle of the Triese soft gels. It's literally these 3 oils in each soft gel. But the difference is the soft gels will not disintegrate like the empty veggie capsules will. So if you take an empty veggie capsule and think, oh, I'm just going to, fill a bunch of them and then put them in a little baggie or container to put in my purse or my bag, they'll dissolve. So if you're needing something like that for travel, you would definitely want to check out the Triese, because that would be helpful. So individually, lavender is the oil of communication and calm. It has so many uses. It is so gentle on our skin. It's also, a lot of people enjoy lavender for sleep. Personally, I can't use it for sleep if my brain is going too much. What I've found is it continues that cycle. So in that instance, I reach for something more grounding and citrus. The odd time I do throw in a drop of lavender. If you use lavender at night and it works for you, awesome. Lots of people I know use this for sleep. It's also very calming to dogs as well. Great for skin, I think I mentioned. It's got so many uses that you'd use in your home. Peppermint. Peppermint is one that's similar to Breathe, because they will open your airways and you will instantly feel it. So one way of doing that, I will show you with peppermint, but you can do it with either one of them. So literally put a drop in your hands. Oh my. Oh, just deep opening. Deep opening. Really, really powerful. If you want to, say, wake up your kids or yourself first thing in the morning, pairing peppermint and wild orange, so you got the invigorating wild orange, which, it's citrus. It gets our creative juices flowing. At least in me, it does. And then peppermint it wakes up your senses and gets you up and gets you going, right? So these two, peppermint and wild orange, are great in the diffuser, especially for the kids in the morning. This you can also use topically on your chest. It's also great for your digestive system as well. And it's the oil of buoyant heart. Lemon is the oil of focus. And it has so many uses. First of all, like peppermint, you can make peppermint brownies, put a drop or 2 in the brownies. Lemon I use all the time if I'm making guacamole or spinach dip. What did I use the other day? Yesterday I made a pesto. So I used real lemon because I wanted to have the, I grated the peel, zest. I wanted to have the zest, but you can also add in this. Like, this is powerful. It's super powerful. The other thing it's good for is, say this bottle was empty and I wanted to reuse the bottle for something. But when you take the label off, it kind of leaves a sticky residue. Put a drop or two of lemon and let it sit and rub around it. It'll take it right off. It's so cool. One way I use this is I love making sourdough bread. And sometimes there's a bit of residue in the bowl. And so I don't just want to just soak it and then put it down the drain. I use this to help break it up. And it's really cool. So I'll put probably 4 or 5 drops in the bowl and then add water and then let it sit. And it breaks everything down. Everything down. It's awesome. So wild orange is the oil of abundance. And it's one of my OGs too. It's so good. It smells so fresh. Like, it literally smells like you're peeling an orange. You're peeling a fresh orange. It has amazing cleansing properties, as does lemon. I highly recommend. I actually have a drop of lemon with turmeric in my tea, and it tastes really good. It tastes so good. Breathe is the oil of breath. It's our respiratory blend. And much like peppermint, you put a drop in your hand, put a drop on your chest. You can put a drop on the back of your, on your back, to help open your airways and support that breathing, clear breathing. It's beautiful in the diffuser. I love using Breathe with a citrus in the diffuser. Lime is great. Lemon, wild orange, Litsea is great. Or Breathe and Airax are awesome together. On Guard is our oil of protection. And this is one, as you can see, we use it all the time, all the time. You can take it internally. You can use it in the diffuser. You can use it topically. If you're feeling under the weather, I'll put a drop under my tongue. It's a great blend to have, and we use it all the time, all the time. And I think I said it's the oil of protection. Serenity, the oil of tranquility. This one and Balance. Balance is the oil of grounding. These two together in the diffuser are incredible. Incredible. They're relaxing, they're calming, it's grounding. Also great for animals. We have a lab, and for some reason, for a couple of weeks, he just was not sleeping. He was up multiple times in the night. I have no idea why. We put these 2 oils on one night, and he slept through. It was great. So then we've got Deep Blue. So Deep Blue comes in a few forms. This is the oil, and this is what typically comes in a lot of the kits. There are some other kits that have like the Deep Blue rub. What I like the Deep Blue oil for is I will use it topically where I have discomfort. Or if it's enough discomfort, I'll use this topically first and then use either the roller, which it's like a hard cream roller, Deep Blue and Copaiba, and then there's also the Deep Blue rub. So the nice thing about the roller is you don't touch it. If you're using the rub, you want to make sure you wash your hands after. Extremely good at supporting. Very good at supporting. Frankincense. This is an OG too, and it's so good. It's a gentle, beautiful oil, the oil of truth, that can be really and truly used for anything. It's great for our skin. It's great for our mental health. It's grounding. It's an oil for all uses, truly. So I do recommend all of these. When I first got started, I took baby steps, to be truthful, because I knew if I jumped in too hard, it was going to be crazy overwhelming for me. And I know everyone learns differently and everyone embraces things differently. So that's why I thought I'm going to do more videos to help bring more knowledge and education forward of how we use these oils in our home in a holistic lifestyle. So if you have any questions, I am very happy to help. There's a few resources that I would definitely recommend. But the best way to learn, quite honestly, and this is how I teach people, is you need to use the oils. You really and truly need to use the oils, because if you just have the oils and they're just sitting in your cupboard, they're not going to do anything. They're not going to benefit you at all. The way they're going to benefit you and the way that you're going to get the value for the money that you've spent, and it's your hard-earned money, right? It's time taken out of your day to earn this money. It's hard-earned money. You want to get your value. Use the oils. It will take baby steps, but if you use the oils, you're going to realize they're life-changing and life-shifting in so many ways. I'm truly, truly grateful for them for our mental and physical health. So if you have any questions, drop them below or check out the link, and welcome.